Hey there, welcome to our channel and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Tammy and today I'm going to show you how to make a really easy strawberry shortcake. Minimal ingredients, easy to put together. You don't need a mixer, blender. This is the one. Okay, when I say minimal ingredients, I mean minimal ingredients. Those are the best recipes ever that just take a very few items out of your pantry or out of your fridge and make something wonderful. Okay, you're gonna need some strawberries. Now these are not real pretty because they've been in the freezer since last spring and I just found them. That's why we're having strawberry shortcake. And so they're not quite the pretty color that yours would be if you got fresh or fresh frozen, but they're gonna work. Then you're gonna need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, white regular sugar, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 a cup of milk, 1 egg, and 1 stick of butter. You know, like I always say, less is best. They're easier to remember. They're easy to put together. And this one is no exception because you don't need a mixer. You don't need a blender. All you need is a spoon. So I accidentally already sifted my 2 cups of flour, but you need to sift your flour with your other dry ingredients. So we're going to sift it again. Yeah, I don't think it'll hurt it, but we're going to sift it again. We need 2 tablespoons, just tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to drop that in there. 3 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm going to drop that in there. And then we're going to sift them together. Actually, my sugar's a little thick, so we're gonna just go in there and do it like that. Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna break our egg in this. I guess we're gonna use a fork for that. I'm gonna beat it with a fork. I'm just gonna beat that egg up. We're going to pour that 2/3 of a cup of half and half in there. Give that a little mix. Just like that. We'll set that aside. Then we're going to make a little well in here. Just make you a little well. And dump all, oh, no, I'm telling a story. See, that's what happens when you get in a hurry. First thing we're gonna do is put that stick of butter in there. And we're gonna get our pastry blender, which I had sitting out right here, my pastry blender right here. And we're gonna start pulling that flour in and incorporate that butter, which I have had sitting out and is really soft. I set my egg out early so it would be room temperature, and I set my butter out so that it was nice. When you get the crumbly meal, only takes just a minute. See there? It's all incorporated and ready to go. Now we're going to make that well. We're going to take us a spoon. We're going to pour that egg and half right in there. And give that a good mix. And we're only mixing until it's incorporated and you don't see any dry flour. We're not going to overwork this at all. As soon as there's no flour, then we are good. And it's real thick. See, it's real thick. It's shortbread. And that's it. Now we're going to get our pan ready. And what I did was, I have a springform pan. Now you can use a regular cake plate. I cannot find my cake pans. I have looked high and low. I must have took them somewhere. Somebody borrowed them. I don't know. But I couldn't find them. But this springform will work just as good. I took a piece of parchment paper so I don't have to worry about sticking too much. And I made it to fit the bottom of the springform. And now I'm going to spray it to make sure that I don't stick. Because I don't want my shortbread to stick. We're going to put it all right on in there. And we're just going to hold that down so that we can spread this out because it is thick, thick, thick. I may have to get in there on my hands. But what we want to do is get it as flat as we can get it in the bottom of that pan. And a cake pan would be much easier because it's not as high. Spray my hand so that my dough doesn't stick to me. Now we've got it all on the bottom of that pan. See there? Just like that. Now we're going to put it in a 450-degree oven for about 15 to 18 minutes or until it's golden brown or a toothpick in the center comes out clean. Okay. In my preheated oven it goes. 450, 15 to 18 minutes or until the toothpick comes out. All right. Now, I didn't mention it in the beginning and I should have, but you do need either Cool Whip or 1 cup of heavy cream and make your own. If you have Cool Whip, hey, fine, use it. If you don't, 1 cup of whipping cream makes 2 cups of whipped cream. So, it's easiest and best when it's really, really cold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my whipping cream and I'm going to get a cup and I'm going to pour it in this mason jar and then I'm going to stick it in my freezer while my cake is baking. When my cake is done, this should be really, really good and cold, and we will whip it up. Right, my timers went off. It's nice and done. Look at that. Okay, now we're gonna let it sit on a rack for about 5-10 minutes. We're gonna let it cool off enough that we can take it out of the pan. Okay, now it's been about 5 minutes and I can obviously touch my pan. We're going to take that off. Come on. There you go. All right. Now, if you have a regular cake pan, you just dump yours. All right, now I got to take mine Take that bottom off. Look at that pretty brown. Yes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half, all the way across. And get it on a nice plate. All right. And just in case I mess this up, I'll show you what to do with it if you mess it up. Whoops, see, I'm gonna break it. Let's that's what we'll do. We'll put it right back on this pan here. There we go. Now we can move it. Look at that. Now what we're gonna do is eat the goodies that fell off. Now my strawberries, I did add sugar to, but that's up to you. How much ever sugar you like in your strawberries, that's how much you use. Oh, missed a step. Hold that thought. We're gonna add butter. Y'all know butter makes everything better. Okay, so what we're going to do is take this melted butter and just kind of go all over that bottom layer. Butter that bread. Y'all know this is an old recipe. There you go. Now that my shortbread is nice and buttered, now we will add those strawberries. Okay, we're going to add the strawberries and the juice. Now this was a 1 gallon bag of strawberries that I have. You really only need about a pound of strawberries. But like I said, they were in the freezer and I need to use them. So whether I use them all in this today or do something different with them. Let's pour that juice everywhere. And while that's sitting and soaking, let's make our whipped cream. Okay, now to make whipped cream, you really only need to whip it. If you want to add some sugar, you can, or not. If you want to add vanilla or not. I have a video just like this somewhere in the playlist where I made whipping cream, but for this, I'm just going to whip it because it's going to be plenty sweet enough. All right, y'all, Randy gave me the ugly face. He wants a little bit of sweetener in his whipped cream, so I'm just gonna put like as little as I can get away with to say I did it, okay? And then we're gonna finish whipping it. It's already done, but I'm gonna go ahead, incorporate that sugar a little bit. There is my whipped cream. Okay. And then we're just going to dollop that cream. A little bit everywhere. And then I'm going to take that knife that I had. And we're just going to kind of rub that around. So that there's some everywhere. Now we're going to put that top right on top. If I can get it to come off without breaking. Because it does make a crumbly top, and it is shortbread. There we go. We're going to do the same thing again. Same thing. All that juice and all that strawberry. There we go. Oops. Spilled strawberry juice. That's not good. Okay. Gonna go back. And just put little dollops all along the top. It's not the prettiest little cake, but it tastes so good. All right, there you go. There you have it. Taste test time. Here we go.
One in everybody.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. This is the way to go. You get to eat dessert before
Eat
dinner
dessert
tonight.
first.
Yeah. Oh, and it's got all that strawberry juice on there.
All that strawberry juice and butter.
Mm. Well, okay.
I think that means it's approved.
Yep. I'm just trying to eat it before I had to say something.
He's gonna finish it before.
That is good.
I
I
know.
highly recommend you make you some more whipping cream though. Of course, you know, I always gotta have extra, right?
Extra, 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 extra.
Thank you for the grooming. All right, you guys have a good night. This is absolutely delicious.
Yep. It's our Memorial Day treat.
Yeah, and you will absolutely. You're probably gonna make it right now, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that easy.
It's
if
that
you got
easy.
strawberries in the freezer.
Yeah.
These strawberries are going in my belly.
Yep.
Good night.
Bye. Like, subscribe, and share. Come back and see us.